Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy 4th of July.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Morning, 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 morning. Good morning. Uh, we, of course, didn't know how many people would make it here because yesterday was a big party. So hopefully everyone had a good 4th of July. Kind of let everyone filter in here a little bit. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy 5th of July. Hopefully everyone was safe. Got to set off some fireworks. We'll give everyone a little bit of time to jump in here. What everyone do for the 4th? Fireworks, barbecue. Throw it into the chat if you don't mind. Stay on mute. That'll be the most helpful way for us to communicate. Morning, Lee. Morning, morning. So I did fireworks actually Saturday in Palatine. They were good. And then yesterday we were actually driving home around the fireworks time on 290. Fireworks everywhere. I don't know if anyone else got into any fireworks, but morning, morning, morning. Oh, Elmwood Park fireworks. What's up, Ray? Thanks for joining us. Happy Saturday. I know our project manager, Deb Patel, he is on his way. He's en route to get on site. We'll give everyone a couple more minutes to tune in. Ooh, we shot off some. Oh yeah, I actually have a ton of fireworks. I was pretty upset, but I'm in the process of moving, and so I left all my fireworks here in Chicago. I'm actually gonna go get some of them today and light some of them off and bring them back to our new house. So, uh, but yeah, I didn't get to shoot any of my fireworks off, and I've been keeping them ready for a long time. Barbecue. What do you guys barbecue? Yesterday we had a Filipino barbecue. We had some pork belly. We had a tomahawk steak. Hmm. Anyone else barbecue? Feel free to jump in. All right. Everyone's slowly jumping in here. We're getting close to filling up. I know that. Okay. Slowly, slowly. We'll give everyone a minute or two. Everyone's jumping in on Saturday morning. Boom, you guys are making things happen. It's the day after the holiday. People are up getting after their real estate stuff. I love it. Speaking of real estate stuff, what's everyone doing? What's everyone's next deal here? What's everyone's next move? Any insights on your next move, next thing you need to do? Are you doing something today, tomorrow? You working when everyone else is not working? That's usually a good sign. You're doing things other people aren't doing, it's always a good sign. So some other things I try to do that people aren't doing, I take the stairs everywhere. So if you ever see me on the stairs instead of the escalator, that's why. Ooh, 6 unit deal. Closing and on new primary. Wow, you're doing both. Amazing. Kudos to Lee. Chopping up the bit, making things happen. Okay, good morning, Anna. Kundai just jumped in. What's up, Kundai? Martise Jenkins, happy 5th to you. Scott Smith, good morning. Feel free to throw your name in the chat, maybe where you're zooming in from, what you're looking to get out of this. So I'll get going here. I know Dev was en route still trying to make his way there. So I'm gonna start giving you guys a little bit of a high level overview. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jonathan, and I have to do one more thing before I start doing this. Stand by, stand by, stand by, everybody. stand by. One more thing. If you don't mind, Anna's here. Anna, where are you coming from? Are you in Chicago? I'm actually here down in West Town right now at my friend Emron Khan's office. Thank you, Emron, for hosting us as usual. You guys need an amazing closing attorney or title company. He is definitely the go-to guy. Okay, now I'm good. All right, let me try this again. Too many buttons to click on at the same time. I don't want to do that. All right, one more try here. I know this is. There we go. Finally figured out what I want to do. I want to make sure I get set up right. All right, Deb's walking in here, and we've got a PowerPoint here I can share with you all. So, like I said earlier, my name's Jonathan. I'm the founder here at Quality Builders. We love showcasing some of our projects, going through some of the challenges, uniqueness of them with you every Saturday, one Saturday a month. And this Saturday we're down there in Bronzeville. So we're a general contractor here in Chicago, focused on interior renovations and exterior renovations, but primarily working on 203K home style renovation loans, house hackers, investors, homeowners, just anyone who's kind of looking to, be a little bit more economical, a little bit more focused on the budget, trying to make things happen. So we try to work specifically with that niche there itself. Let me share my screen here so you guys can see it. If you guys can see my screen, please let me know. If you can put a thumbs up in the chat, say yes. Anything will be super helpful to give me the heads up that you can see my screen. So yes, we got a yes. Thank you so much. Yes, so this is our property. That's me. We also got a monthly in-person meetup called the Chicago Cash Flow Breakfast Club. So if you happen to be free, 2 weeks from now, the next meeting is on the 17th. Does that sound right? Yeah, 19th. So if you can join us on site, we have our project manager, Dev. He's on site, so he should be jumping in here soon with the full video. He'll be walking us through it, talking through some of the challenges and some of the things that are going well. He's actually got a big move coming up. This is us, kind of what we're about. Number one, no ghosting. We try to do a lot of our business with technology. And so we set all of our clients up with a portal on a system called Builder Trend. And so it looks like a little something like this. If you can still see my screen, hopefully. Yeah, so we set everyone up like this so you can keep track of all your change orders, contract price selections, schedule that we set up and lay out. We also use a feature of daily logs to keep people up to date. Some of our clients aren't directly here in Chicago. So giving everyone an update of what's been completed, what's coming up next, some on-site photos. It's been super helpful. And we're by no means perfect at any of this, but slowly carving out some systems and processes that we think help streamline the process. One of the most important things for us too is making sure we have all of the plumbing and electrical and all of those items picked out. Because we found if we can spend a little more time on the pre-construction, we spend a lot less time on the actual construction because we're not trying to figure out all this stuff from the get-go. So that's what we're about. The other thing we're about is giving back. And so one of the ways we give back is through the True Value Boys and Girls Club. So I'm on the board there. If you are able to give, we always ask to suggest a donation of $10. It goes directly to their Youth of the Year program. Their Youth of the Year program allows 3 kids from each different chapter of the Boys and Girls Club to go and present. And then the winner of that actually goes to Navy Pier and presents regionally, and then they actually get to get a scholarship. So if you are able, we always ask for a donation to the True Value Boys and Girls Club. If you can, scan the code. If not, totally get it as well. I've personally found the more I'm able to start giving, the better I just feel in general in life. And I always have an interesting fact about me is I've always kind of grown up with a scarcity mindset, and giving for me was a hard thing to do on a regular basis. And so getting over that challenging mindset of scarcity has really helped propel me into a much better place professionally and personally as well. So Dev is there on site. I'll make sure you guys can all see him now really quick. So we do have, make sure I can pin him here so you can see both of us. So he's in the front of the property now. Good morning, Dev. Good to see you. Glad you made it there safely. I gave you a quick introduction. Any other things you want to add on real quick?
Not really, but yeah, thank you guys for patiently waiting for a bit. Just checking the NASCAR traffic, so hopefully people can catch the NASCAR action this weekend.
Oh yeah, NASCAR action. I forgot about that. So, okay, really quick, I'll start by giving everyone an overview. And you want to go in the basement first, Dev, and then the first and second floor? So really quick, he's walking in this door. Let me share my screen so you guys can see exactly where we're at. So the property is laid out. It's runs east-west. So Dev's actually coming in this door here into the garden unit. Okay, and we've done a ton of work in here, unexpected work, but we're slowly but surely getting back on track. So basically, when we opened up all of the drywall here, we realized that there was a lot of structural issues. Our team came back and shored it up, jacked it up. We installed new 6x6 post, 8x8 beams, and currently you would have seen that there's electrical panels here on this far west wall. Those all got relocated to here. And this unit itself is a 2-bed, 1-bath. And basically it was kind of illegal. There was a lot of things that were illegal about this. So it was no longer non-conforming, and in order to make it a legal residential 3-unit building, we had to go through a lot of things here with the plans to get them up to stuff. So now you'll see this is the new layout. So you'll see we have this wall all in. These panels are now moved over here, which were originally over here. So if you can't have other unit panels in your unit. So now this whole area is a new utility room, and the back door of the unit will be here. So Dev's gonna walk in this front door here, and you'll see this kind of like open living room layout. Bedroom to the right, bedroom to the right, bathroom to the right, and then this new utility room. So I'll let him walk through now and make sure you guys can all see him. So if you guys can't ever see, please just stop and let me know so I can make those adjustments. But we should be able to see Dev on the spotlight now walking into the front unit.
Yes, yeah, as Jonathan mentioned, I'm walking into the basement, the front half of the building. Just walked into the front door. On my left, we've got the living room right here. Pretty spacious living room.
Yeah, so I think one of the other things too is we ended up having to take out a lot of the ductwork. So a lot of ductwork was corroded. It wasn't in good shape. That was something that was in addition to the project. All the structural work was in addition. So we've really working towards getting back to the original scope, because once we started opening up walls, we started seeing a lot of things that weren't going to meet and pass the code or inspection. So.
Just going back to the layout, we got the bedroom right here, on the bedroom right here in the basement. Bathroom over there. This is the new hallway that John was talking about, which is going to be a common area, so that there's access for all tenants. And so it'd just be a long utility closet with all the utilities on this left side.
Yeah, and your service is a little bad, so the slower you can move, probably the better. But yeah, so you can see if he looks up at all the new structural work, those are the new 8x8 beams, new 2x10 joists as well.
Yeah, as you can see, this is the old wood that was all either not conforming or just really badly beaten up. And the wood sister right on next to it, all across the ceiling. But then to my left, I have the kitchen for this unit in the basement.
And you can also see to the left where the panels used to be, right? The old electrical panels. You can point to those over there. Yeah, they're over there on this wall. Perfect. And now we're gonna build a wall out there in the next week or so, and then all of those panels got relocated there, where you can see where that now long hallway where he'll poke his head through is a full utility closet. We're actually also getting ready to move those gas meters. So the gas meters are going to get relocated to the front of the property, and then all the ductwork will take up that soffitted area up in the ceiling. And yeah, Deb, your reception is definitely a little spotty, but once you go upstairs, I'm sure it'll be better. So again, yeah, we're down in Bronzeville. This was a 2-unit. I think it's a 2-unit, and we're legalizing it to a 3-unit officially. The units are, I would say, roughly about 1,000 square feet to 1,100 square feet. They're all kind of laid out the exact same way. I'll show you guys now what the second unit looks like while Dev's walking up there. So should all be able to see my screen now as well. Everyone can see my screen, right? Hopefully, thumbs up, thumbs down. So I'll show you what the existing second or first floor look like. So here's the existing first floor. So we demoed out some of this area. We actually put in a new LVL beam and columns here to open this floor plan up. Some cool and really smart things I think we did here for our client. He had some really good ideas on how to just make this a better overall property in general. And so basically, as you can see, the original layout was a 3-bed, 1-bath, technically 4 beds, I think. And we're converting it back to 3 beds, 2 baths. So, and the master will have its own master suite. And so really kind of focusing on high return items here, like adding a bath, definitely, a big project, getting a new bathroom up there, also a new in-unit washer dryer. We also extended this area here to make this bedroom bigger. And so basically Deb will be walking in this door here. And that direction is facing what direction? West. And so you come in here, you have bedroom 1 on the right, bedroom 2 on the left. You have your new washer dryer on your left. You have an existing bathroom that we are redoing on the right. And then if you walk all the way straight to the back, you'll get to the kitchen along with the master unit now, which has a walk-in closet and its full ensuite bathroom. And so we're finished all the rough framing. We're working on the rough electrical, mechanical, and plumbing currently. So Dev is right here again at this front area, going to be walking through here. I'll stop sharing my screen and let him go through now. Oops. Okay, Dev, you're up. Questions. What square footage is the utility closet? Just out of curiosity. So I'll tell you really quick while Dev's walking through.
Yep. So I'm right on the first floor near the landing, right inside the door. This is the stairway up to the second floor for the second floor unit. The layout's pretty much the same. The first floor I'm walking in This is the new LVL that John was talking about, just to open up this entire space, which is a great idea. As you walk into this unit, you got a closet right there. You got this massive living room with great natural light coming in from these three big windows. Walking towards that edge. That's the first bedroom we got over right over there with a closet behind it. Walking down the hallway, there'll be a bed to my right. Over here, there's a bedroom to my right. Pretty spacious. So
So yeah, Scott, I did just measure the closet, utility room downstairs. I came out between 200 to 250 square feet roughly, and it goes all the, it's a long area, right? So that utility room is probably at least about two, 25 to 30 feet long. It takes up almost half the house, so, and about 5 feet wide, so. And then India, she had another question about the price. Yeah, so we don't go through like the purchase price or anything, since we're not the owners of the property. The renovation is somewhere in between the 175 to 275 now, with a lot of these structural changes and mechanical changes that we had to make early on in the project. So, and this isn't atypical for projects like this that we see, where we're doing a lot of mechanical, electrical, and without being able to get behind the walls, like, we have to expect that there's going to be a decent amount of changes. There's just a lot of things we can't predict. We were planning on leveling the floors here in this master bedroom, in this closet. It did end up, we jacked up the floor, and I think we got a couple more inches in this scenario, and we decided not to mess with it again. Main reason too is like, okay, we could take out all this door casing, this shoe, all the drywall, then we have to cut the doors, then we have to level the floor. There's just a very high amount of work that goes into leveling floors. And with so many of these old Chicago buildings, if it's going to be kept as a rental and it's not a condo, it's likely not worth it, in my opinion. Since I have done a couple investments myself, I'm always trying to put my investment hat on, and guide our clients both from like a long-term maintenance and repairs standpoint, as well as a return on these investments, because anything you're doing here, you want to know when you're going to make your money back. So, and the floor leveling is just not something I see that is going to make the difference in someone staying in that unit or not. Any other questions? So we're on the first floor. If he goes through there, you can see the closet and the new bathroom. We started some of the plumbing there on the right, you can see. So toilet's gonna go in there. We'd originally planned on a pocket door. In this scenario, the pocket door's not gonna end up working, just because of the location of the toilet. So again, this will be a 3-bed, 2 full baths, roughly 1,100 square foot per unit. We also added a dishwasher right there below that I recall. So that was another value add item that made a ton of sense for something like this. The second floor has a pretty similar layout. The only adjustment, which is typical in a lot of these projects, is just the stairwell. So because the stairwell here goes up there, we have kind of like an extra 4th bedroom-ish question mark up in the front. So as Deb goes up there, I'll quickly share my screen one more time so you guys can see that. Okay. You guys can all see my screen now, hopefully. So Deb's now walking up these stairs here. He came out this door, walking up here. Heading up here, he's gonna come out this door. So now the door's in the middle, which is always typical when your stairs are going up. If he goes left, once he gets up those stairs, you'll see here, there's a very small bedroom above the stairwell. And then kind of the same concept. So we extended this wall here to make this bedroom bigger, which made a ton of sense to me. We added the washer dryer again. We added a new bathroom. So one thing we had to do in this bathroom is we did have to build out this wall here, 2x6, because this is a plumbing wall and outside wall. So we'll build that up with extra 6 inches with extra insulation. And then you'll see same type of layout in the back of the building where you've got the kitchen in the back, master bedroom suite here, full walk-in closet, and a double vanity and toilet and shower in a new bathroom. So we did also upgrade the condenser and furnace in this unit and also adding a dishwasher. Okay, there's the any other questions while he's on site? You can see we've kind of got everything in a pretty good spot. Marcus, what's up, Marcus? Good morning. Since the kitchens are complete, did you have to call in 2 separate rough inspections to keep the overall project on track? So yeah, we haven't had to go through any rough inspections yet, so we're very close to getting ready to call for our electrical. And then our plumbers are gonna hopefully knock this out and get in there next week so we can call for plumbing. So yeah, we don't have to call for separate inspections. The kitchens weren't done. They're just kind of an as-is condition. You know, one of the concerns was some of the plumbing in the kitchen wasn't vented properly, so we are fixing that anyways. And yeah, as far as the details for the structural work, yeah, we don't, I wouldn't say it's typical to run into this, but with this specific property, there was a lot of sloping in the floors. And once we actually did some exploratory demo, that's always a step we would recommend first. We found that a lot of the beams were cracked all the way through. And so, you know, as a long-standing safety standpoint, like it just wasn't safe anymore. And so we ended up basically you go through, you put temporary 2x4 walls on each side, remove the post, come back in, jack up the floor while the temporary supports are in place, and then install the new columns and then install the new beams. So you can only go about 8 to 12 feet at a time, and from basically column to column is kind of how you have to do it. So that way you have the proper support going all the way through. So yeah, Dev's there in the second unit now. So you can see that was this kind of small bedroom I was talking about, the small closet. Dev, any other particular challenges or things you want to bring up?
No, I think you hit most of the point. I think the biggest challenge was just recircling after the structural demo just to confirm what deficiencies we saw and what we needed to attack and fix before we could do the original scope of work. And so that was, yeah, definitely the biggest challenge here.
Yeah, so Scott Smith had a question about sourcing materials post-pandemic. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've had any issues with material since the pandemic. Obviously, during the pandemic, there was just a huge supply chain issue of not being able to get enough of things because there wasn't enough material being produced, lumber being one of the bigger ones. We haven't had any major issues with the material. I mean, that is one of the things that we're trying to get ahead of differently than probably a lot of contractors is we want to know all of the material, especially the finished material before it's getting installed, just because there is oftentimes where there is a lot of lead time, things do go out of stock. And so we want to make sure we have everything we need and have that planned out ahead of time. So, but other than that, like no real supply chain issues, Scott. And do you anticipate tariffs if they happen having impact on costs? I mean, yeah, if there's tariffs, I think that will no doubt impact costs. I think the question is just going to be how much does it impact the tariffs? You know, a lot of actual construction material, especially the rough material, is actually produced here in the US. So I don't foresee that having as high impact as some of the, more finished materials that may be coming from overseas. Any metals and things like that, any electrical things could be impacted quite a bit as well. Deb, you haven't noticed anything different on materials specifically that you can talk to either of those points, have you?
I would just say probably post-pandemic sourcing hasn't been an issue, but definitely prices have risen, and probably more than inflation. I haven't cross-referenced that, but yeah, prices have definitely increased. Sourcing has not been a problem though. It's just been more costly to get.
Could you go back downstairs really quick to the basement and walk the structural posts again while I'm kind of closing things up? I just think that was a really good thing that we could have shown a little bit better. So yeah, while he's going through here, I'll kind of highlight I wish I had the actual structural layout plan. I don't have it handy. But basically what I can show you here is, so on this, basically the beam line runs from this front area. You'll see the front pocket all the way through here, takes a weird kind of like diagonal twist here, and then goes all the way straight back here. So we replaced the entire set of beams all through here, and then there's a column here, column here, column here, column here, and a column here. And so it was a pretty hefty, long process to get it planned out and figured out. We had to work closely with the architect, who's been really great. So if you need an architect, Carl Guider's been our guy who's been super helpful and on site. So yeah, you can see, I think you might just need to pan up just a little bit so they can see it, but yeah, there you go. There we go. Much better. So yeah, you can see all the beams and posts that had to get installed here, and we just put in for a rough framing inspection recently, so hopefully that goes as smooth as possible. Any other questions? Yeah, you can see we have to take out all the drywall to get to these beams, and getting it actually jacked up properly is we did have some cracking on the first floor. We didn't have any windows break, luckily, but that's always something you want to be thinking about and concerned with. Is you always, when you do jack any floors, you want to keep the windows open, because if you do jack them and they're closed, you can damage them. Got one last question here from Marcus. Since you're adding a unit in the basement, did you need to add a common area electrical? Yes, sir. That was the main reason for that utility closet in the back. I'm assuming you didn't have to upgrade the incoming water service. We did not yet. We're hoping we don't have to. It's not something that was part of the original plan, although it is something that we've had to do numerous times on projects, is even when it wasn't called out as needing to be upgraded, we did have to upgrade the water service. So we have advised our client about that. So and yeah, the initial schedule versus actual, definitely the structural component has taken extremely long time. It's been about I would guess 8 to 10 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks, probably even, to kind of go through and discover it, figure out the right plan, figure out the right materials, get everything approved by the architect. Now we've actually resubmitted these plans completely to the city to approve. And so that's one of the main reasons why we've waited a little bit to call for the rough inspection, is because we actually wanted to resubmit these plans so that way, when the city inspectors do come out, that they have a clear understanding of what the work was that needed to be done. So, but to get things finished up, we're still probably a good 4 to 5 months away. We're hoping that we don't have any other issues. Like, the biggest step here is just always getting the rough inspections done. And that's always seems to be the thing that takes the longest. Even calling for inspections, coming back for re-inspection. It's just so important to get this done as fast as possible. So we're super hyper focused and dialed in on this project to make this get done as quick as possible. As you can, as I'm sure you're aware, when you have these surprises come up, it's definitely not an easy thing to stomach and get through. So we're trying to work together with our client to move as quickly as possible. Who's been great to work with. But yeah, if you guys don't have any other questions, I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. I hope you enjoyed this. If you guys have any feedback from for us, please let us know. We're always trying to improve this and make it a little bit better. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me or Dev anytime. We're both Jonathan at qualitybuilders.com and Dev at qualitybuilders.com. And you can find us on the web at qualitybuilders.com. Hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday. Please be safe. Shoot off some more fireworks. And have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you guys all in 2 weeks for the cash flow breakfast here at 1000 North Milwaukee. And our next virtual walkthrough will be in another month. Expect an on-site one. Maybe not next month, but the following month. So we'll probably go back to Elgin, visit that project again. But yeah, hope everyone has a wonderful day, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Take care. Bye.